Ladies and gentlemen, something seismic has just shaken the very foundation of British life. The UK government has ripped up one of the most familiar milestones that every generation has been told to prepare for: the age of retirement. For years, no, for decades, the number 67 has been imprinted into our minds. We saw it splashed across newspapers. We heard it debated endlessly in Parliament. We factored it into our pension savings, our family conversations, our future plans. It was seen as inevitable, unchangeable, and permanent. But now, with one swift announcement, that certainty has been blown apart. The age of retirement is shifting, and millions of people across the United Kingdom are suddenly facing an uncertain future. Welcome to Pensioners Power, your trusted source for everything you need to know about pensions, retirement planning, and financial wellness. Here, we cover the latest news, expert insights, and essential updates to help you maximize your retirement years. Whether it's understanding pension schemes, making the most of your savings, or staying informed about financial changes, you're in the right place. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss an important update. Now, let's jump right into today's topic. For workers in their late 50s, this news is devastating. Many of them have been counting down the years, looking forward to finally stepping back after decades of service. For younger generations, it's a gut punch. They've grown up hearing that retirement was already being pushed further away, and now they're left wondering, will I ever actually retire? And for pensioners, already battling the brutal cost of living crisis, this change is salt in the wound. Many fear for their children and grandchildren, worried that the promise of a secure old age is being stripped away before their very eyes. This isn't just policy. This isn't just paperwork. This is about people's lives. It's about your health, your family, your dignity. Officials insist this is all about sustainability. They argue that the state pension system is simply too expensive in its current form. The Treasury points to Britain's aging population. More people are living longer, and while that's something to celebrate, it also means the state is paying pensions for more years than ever before. Without change, ministers warn, the system will buckle. On paper, that logic makes sense. But in practice, it creates deep divisions. Because not all jobs are the same, not all lives are equal, and not everyone has the luxury of living long, healthy years. Let's be brutally honest here. Retirement is more than just an economic calculation. It's the light at the end of the tunnel. It's the reward for a lifetime of service, labor, and sacrifice. When people are told the finish line has moved again, it doesn't just change their finances. It breaks trust. Imagine you've worked in construction since you were 17, hauling bricks, climbing scaffolds, battling rain, snow, and injury. You've given 50 years of your body to this country. At 66, you're exhausted. You're in pain. You're counting down the months to 67. Then suddenly, the government says, sorry, you'll need to carry on for several more years. For many, that's not just unfair. It feels cruel. Think about a nurse in Manchester who's given 40 years to the NHS long night shifts, lifting patients, dealing with stress most people could never imagine. For her, retirement at 67 was the long-awaited relief. To push that back feels like an insult. Or a delivery driver in Birmingham who started work at 16 has already clocked 50 years of labor by his mid-60s, and is now being told he must keep going. The argument that people live longer does nothing to comfort him when his knees are giving way and his health is failing. Then there's a care worker in Newcastle who has spent decades looking after others. She has seen countless elderly people die younger than the national average. She knows, in her heart, that asking her to keep working until 68 or 69 means she may never get to enjoy her own retirement at all. These are the stories the government doesn't talk about. But they are real, and they matter. Campaigners are now demanding answers. And frankly, so should you. Who will be hit hardest? Will it be workers already near retirement age, or younger generations still decades away? When will the changes happen? Will the pension age rise immediately, or will there be a gradual increase? What safeguards will exist? Will there be exemptions for physically demanding jobs? Will there be regional adjustments, given that life expectancy in parts of Scotland and the north is years lower than in the south? What about benefits? Will pension credit be boosted? Will vulnerable groups get extra support? Until these questions are answered, millions remain in limbo, confused, anxious, and angry. But here's something the government knows: public pressure works. The announcement may have been made, but the details are far from settled. That means your voice still matters. Unions are mobilizing. Pensioner groups are organizing protests. MPs are already receiving letters from furious constituents. If history teaches us anything, it's that governments back down when people unite and speak with one voice. That's why staying informed is critical. Because these changes don't just affect one group, they affect everyone from today's pensioners to tomorrow's workforce. Let's also address something Westminster doesn't like to admit: these changes are deeply unequal. For the wealthy, those with private pensions, investments, and family assets, this announcement barely registers. They can choose to retire whenever they want. But for ordinary workers, for those relying on the state pension as their main source of income, this decision is life-changing. It widens the gap between rich and poor. It creates a two-tier retirement system, one for the privileged, another for everyone else. And that injustice is exactly why campaigners are calling this move a betrayal of working Britain. If the government expects people to work longer, then it must also address the reality facing older workers. Right now, too many people in their 60s face age discrimination in the workplace. They're passed over for promotions. They struggle to find new jobs if made redundant. They face declining health, but little flexibility or support. If ministers want to raise the pension age, then they must also create retraining schemes for older workers, enforce stronger protections against ageism, support flexible working arrangements, invest in physically safer, less demanding jobs for older employees. Without that, raising the pension age will not save money. It will simply push people into unemployment, sickness benefits, and poverty. There's also a bigger cultural question here. How do we, as a society, view aging? Too often, older people are painted as a burden. But the truth is the opposite. Pensioners contribute enormously through volunteering, caring for grandchildren, supporting local communities, and sharing decades of knowledge and experience. By raising the pension age, without respect for that contribution, we risk devaluing our elders, treating them as nothing more than economic units. That mindset must be challenged. And to the younger viewers of this channel, this change is a wake-up call. It proves that nothing about retirement is guaranteed. It means you must start thinking about pensions earlier. It means you must engage with workplace schemes, demand fair treatment, and hold the government accountable for creating a system that is sustainable and just. Because if today's workers don't speak up now, the retirement age could climb to 70 or beyond. At its heart, retirement is about dignity. It's about fairness. It's about a promise that after a lifetime of hard work and contribution, you will have the right to rest. That promise must not be broken. Thank you for watching Pensioners Power. If you found this video helpful, be sure to give it a thumbs up and share it with others. Stay informed, stay engaged, and we'll see you in the next video with more insights on the issues that affect the UK. Take care, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel for all the latest updates.